Hey everyone, it's Bond here for Dr. Pennsylvania. Today's past periodical comes from the Adams County News, which actually came out of Gettysburg, Saturday, November 28th, 1908. So the film on this one is a little degraded, so if we have a few little hiccups, please forgive us. But the title is Dittenhoffer is Captured at Last.
Dittenhoffer is captured at last. Detective Charles Wilson with Constable Morrison of Strabane Township and large band of deputies catch fugitive chicken thief. After being chased through Strabane Township thickets for several hours Tuesday morning by Detective Charles Wilson, Constable Morrison, and a large posse of deputies, Ambrose Dittenhoffer was forced to surrender at 11 o'clock at the point of a revolver in the hands of Mr. Wilson. The much-hunted, much-wanted man was immediately brought to the Adams County Jail. Detective Wilson Monday night organized his band consisting of Constable Morrison of Strabane Township, Deputy Fred Kappas, and a large posse of Strabane Township citizens, and with this party went to the vicinity of Mr. Dittenhoffer's home and surrounded the house. They remained there until near morning, when they thought they saw Diddy enter the house. Detective Wilson at once rushed in and was confronted by the man's wife, who had a shotgun leveled at him. Not dismayed, he hurried through the various rooms after the man, being met in one of them by one of Dittenhoffer's sons, also armed with a gun. No harm was done. Mr. Wilson failed to find his man, Dittenhoffer having passed the door instead of entering, but the fog was so dense that the mistake was easily made. The posse at once organized to give chase and follow the fleeing man for 3 miles through mist, seldom being able to catch sight of him. Several shots were fired when the pursuers would see him out, but none took effect. Dittenhoffer, who is said to possess unusual powers of speed, managed to get away from those following and doubled up on them, circling back to his home. Learning where he was, the posse returned to their original place of operations and surrounded that part of the place known as Dr. Goldsborough's Thicket. The time elapsed from the beginning to the end of this chase was between 5 and 6 hours, and both pursuers and pursued were pretty well tired out. Here the man, realizing that his chances for escape were rather slim, made a desperate fight and armed himself with a razor and his big stick. He was ready for a hand-to-hand combat. Shot after shot was fired into his hiding place, and he finally emerged to be met by Detective Wilson, whose pistol was pointing straight at his head. Realizing that all was up, he surrendered. Dittenhoffer begged Mr. Wilson to let him go, saying that he would leave the county. The energetic detective would not see things that way, and handcuffs were quickly placed around the man's wrist, and he was hurried to the county jail, where he is now incarcerated. Ambrose Dittenhoffer and his big stick, which he always took with him, appeared at Lower Brothers' store in Table Rock last Friday afternoon, and the man being recognized as one whom Adams County's authorities are so desirous of catching. A game was once put up to arrest the escaped alleged chicken thief. Justice of the Peace H.B. Mears issued a warrant for the man's arrest and placed it in the hands of Constable John F. Wolfe of Butler Township. Constable Wolfe appeared on the scene and laid his hand on Diddy, who denied that he was Ambrose Dittenhoffer. With a vigorous denial, he made a dash for the door, Constable Wolfe hanging onto his coat and urging the men about him to hold the man, who was fast making his exit. Dittenhoffer was thoroughly frightened, and while making for the door, implored Constable Wolfe not to use violence. Receiving no assistance, the Butler Township Constable was unable to hold on to the fleeing man, and the Strabane Township man got away. As he passed through the door, he grasped the big stick, which he had left outside when he entered, and made across the field as fast as he could travel, making decidedly uncomplimentary remarks about the constable along the way. Ambrose Dittenhoffer was given a hearing before Squire Hill Friday and was held for court. Bail was placed at $1,000.